Good morning. I got an order for 40 fabric napkins and I wanted to document the process. And so I did document the process, but then all the way at the end, I found out that something went wrong with my mic and none of my talking clips had any audio. So that's why we're doing a voiceover today. Welcome. I got an order for 40 napkins for PR packages for a brand. So I went fabric shopping and this really nice dark red color is a color we decided would work best. So I bought the fabric, I washed the fabric because believe me, I've made the mistake of not pre-washing my fabric before. I'm not doing that again. And we all know that sewing is like 60% ironing, and that really got proven to me again with this project. So then the first thing I did was just make one test piece, and this is just to see if my steps were all correct, if the fabric looked nice, if the thread matched, how to tension my machine, all of those things. And it's nice to just start with one test piece before, really rolling out the rest. And it went really well, and after making the first one, then I just kind of went factory mode and I made the other, 39. I ended up making more, but we'll get to that later. Oh, also, as you can see, there's still some talking clips. There's two reasons for that. Reason number one is that I just think I look really good in them and I wanted to include them. And reason number two is just a reminder to myself to always mic check. Learn from past mistakes, don't repeat them. So after making the first napkins, I decided to go in groups of 5. I already cut out, or actually I already ripped all the fabric because it was cotton and pretty light. I could just rip it, which was very easy, and then I would iron and sew them in groups of 5 so I wouldn't get overwhelmed. And this is how I did it. I started off by marking the width of the hems, which also gave me the measurements for the corners that I needed to snip off. I would then fold and iron those corners twice and then do the same to the hems of the napkins, which would then give me this really nice and crisp corner. I'd then go over the whole thing again with lots of steam, clip the corners. Oh, we have clipping and snipping. Clip the corners and take the whole thing over to the sewing machine. And I also at this point didn't have a sewing clapper, which I do have one now, and I really think that would have helped a lot with this project. But alas. From there on, it was just kind of rinse and repeat. And the sewing was actually pretty simple because obviously it was sewing it straight, but then at the corners, I just wanted it to be neat. So I would leave the needle in. Oh, hey, it's the next day. I would leave the needle in, lift up the presser foot, turn the fabric, and continue sewing. Oh, here's my boyfriend bringing me some coffee. After, I think I had sewn 10 or 15 at this point. I realized pretty quickly, actually, after ripping the fabric, I'd already realized that I didn't buy enough fabric. So I went back to the fabric store to get some more fabric. I took it home, I immediately put it in a washing machine, I washed it, and then luckily because of the timing of when I bought the new fabric, because I knew I'd have to wait for it to dry, I still had some other groups of 5 of fabric that could be turned into napkins, so I worked on those. I feel like I'm rambling. Did I give you a warning at the beginning of this voiceover that I'm not very good at improvising voiceovers? Oh my god, I look so good in this clip. I'm so annoyed that there's no audio. I'm just gonna keep being annoyed about this. I really thought I was over it, but I guess I'm not. Oh yeah, this is the new fabric that I washed and dried, and then when I cut it, immediately cut a hole into the back. Which I guess you can just add to the list of reasons why you should always try to buy a little extra fabric if you can, but also reasons to be careful when you cut. Luckily for me, this time I bought more fabric than I thought I needed, so I did have extra, which actually came in extra handy, not only because of that hole that you just saw me cut, but also because some of these first napkins were not square. And that's fine for me, so I'm keeping those for myself, but that's not fine when you're making it for someone else. So here I'm just continuing the marking, the folding, the ironing, the getting coffee brought to me while I work, etc, etc, etc. I think you get it. Usually there's this point in a project where you're like, oh, I really don't want to do this anymore. And with this one, I just didn't have that. It was just really nice to work on, and I'm really proud of the way it turned out. And then it was time to deliver them. So here I think I'm just recounting them for the 100th time to be sure. And as you will see in a later clip, it was very stormy and rainy. So I packed them in a plastic bag to protect them from the elements. And then I put them in a tote. And then I did another talking clip that doesn't have any audio. Can you tell I'm really salty about this? Here it looks like the weather's kind of nice. I mean, you can see that it's windy, but you can also see that there's sun, there's wind, there's rain. I think that'll be there in a second. Yup, there's rain. And this is like 200 meters away from there, sun. Anyway, here I am taking the napkins to the person who ordered them for me, who is my dear friend, Amy. There she is. Hi, Amy. Hey, Amy de Wild. Je zit zeker in de vlog.
Te quero só pra mim. Sacoleja, mulata, sacoleja como gosta. Que gostoso que é dançar. Olha a barriga dessa moça, olha. O abacate tá no cu, podemos gostar.
Boeien.
Olha. Maduro cremosinho, assim, usa.
Ah, hij lijkt wel een beetje op jou.
Ja. Oh, thanks, I guess.
O abacate molinho, tô pra comer. Ah, tá. Bate guacamole também fica bom. Fica bom. Deixa que eu quero te dar uma fungada no cangote suado que pega pula, vou ter que tá bem namorar.
Afterwards, I went on a little museum date with myself, which was very lovely. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you another time. Bye!